Richardson, Joe Wilkinson, Kiri Pritchard McLean, the Brett Domino Trio, Susie Dent, Rachel Riley, and your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, a show all about letters, numbers and conundrums. Please be aware tonight's show may contain flashing images. Well, I say flashing images. Joe Wilkinson is here and he likes to get his wang out. OK, let's meet tonight's players. First up, it's team captain Sean Locke. Sean Locke, he's got a head for figures and a forehead for wrinkles. And joining Sean tonight is Joe Wilkinson. Joe has a very distinctive look, and that look is accountant for the IRA. Up against them this evening is team captain John Richardson. Comedian, presenter, writer, husband and father. You'd think he'd be good at least one of them. And John's teammate this evening, Kiri Pritchard McLean. But, Kiri, if you're with us tonight, who's turning 101 Dalmatians into a coat? Sean.
Yes, Jimmy?
Apart from comedy, are there any other of your achievements we might not be aware of?
I am Britain's most capped male netball player of all time. I've been playing for 26 years. Yeah, it's incredible, wow. Actually. Yeah, I still fit into the same skirt. But we do tend to keep very quiet about it. It's not something you brag about, male netball. You keep it quiet. We know we have our own way of recognising each other, like the Freemasons. We've got our own signal.
How do you tell?
Like this, you go like that. And if they go, oh, right, then you talk about it. But otherwise, I keep that fairly quiet.
Kiri, first time on the show, do you think you're going to be better at the letters or the numbers?
I think I'm going to be really bad at both of them.
Well, you're on the right show.
Yeah, but I mean, properly, I've got attention deficit disorder, so I'm hoping you're going to give me extra time. Because I've properly got it as well. I haven't just got divorced parents. And I was diagnosed like, really late in life. I was diagnosed with it when I was like 23. I was in university, and the only real cure for it was a free laptop. So, struggled on like a brave soldier.
Joe, is there anything you change about yourself?
No. I'm very happy with my face and body at the moment. I've peaked. There's probably only one thing I do. It's very common for men, but I actually have one testicle that's larger than the others. It's the one on the far left. So I'd have that shrunk down by about 8 inches. And, but the other 4 I'd just leave in the diamond formation that they're in.
OK, John, have you got a mascot?
Yes, Jimmy. I was doing the recycling the other week and screaming, as I usually am, and I suddenly shouted, "I'm sick and tired of having to shout, for Christ's sake, rinse the milk bottles out." And it suddenly struck me that that was a rap. And so I thought, I'll get myself a rap album. So it's time I released my rap album. I wanted to call myself a certain name, and I found out it was already taken by a young lady called Cardi B.
Barely even a cardigan, what she's got on there.
Yeah. So I thought, I'll have a little think, come up with a suitable name. No one's taken Cardi G.
Get, bleach or die trying.
Too right, mate.
What does the G stand for?
Gun. This is all merch as well. I realise you've got to monetise, haven't you? You've got to monetise these things. So these are all things you can buy. The chain for wearing. There we go. Wear the chain like that. And it's got a little padlock, so you can use it to tie your Brompton up. And the cap, it's got my slogan on it. Respect mother figures. So that's available to buy in my lockup. And it's just some tracks influenced by my life, straight out of cling film. It's about my upbringing there, Duster's Paradise. That's quite a jaunty number, that one. Fight the Shower. Empire State of This Kitchen. And I've got 99 problems, but a scuff mark on the parquet flooring isn't one because I've mixed a small amount of baking soda into a paste and used a soft cloth and a circular motion, gently rubbed at the stove until it disappears. Please take your fucking trainers off.
Charlie G, everyone. OK, Kiri, have you got a mascot?
Yes.
What have you got?
Well, I love animals, so I've brought some friends to keep me company and wish me good luck. So this is a hobby that I started before I went vegan. So this is the first one I ever bought. This is Terry Beef Sheen. He was 15 quid from Halifax, and someone who knows about birds told me he's a hermaphrodite. So that's the first one.
You're a vegan with taxidermy?
Yeah. It's quite hard, actually, because I can't really get any more, because I've got to try and find it ethically, and the only one I want is a peacock, and I don't know how that dies of a natural course. Just being too fabulous, I guess. I've got this one. I like this one, because it's like Fantastic Mr. Fox, but it's screaming. I got this one. Someone just handed me this in an Asda bag on my birthday party. So that's there. Oh, this one. This is a...
Oh. How long did you have it before you did your hair?
I like them all around me because it sort of feels like animals of Farthing Wood.
It's like animals of Chernobyl.
If you want, you can put your finger through the hole in his neck.
Oh!
It's like a Chinese finger trap. There's something wet in there and I don't know what it is.
Don't suppose that one's for sale, is it?
Joe, have you got a mascot?
I've done this show a lot, and there's talk of me not being any good at it because I'm thick as pig shit. But I don't believe it's that. I believe I'm not that great at it because I can't write that quick. So, to help me write a bit quicker, I've bought myself a bionic arm.
Oh, what, sorry?
A bionic arm.
Wow.
It's all right, isn't it?
That's amazing.
You know these are not cheap, and because you can spend anything up to about 300 quid on a bionic arm. So I found this one a bit cheaper on eBay. It's a bit cheaper because it's made by Birdseye, the frozen food company. So this is the one I bought. It's all right. Some of the features I don't think are up to that much. Like here, you can get ones with like a machine gun there, but this one's just got a couple of potato waffles in it. It's not as good. This here could get one with a laser, and again, it's just got potato waffle, but it's on a chain. It's got a rocket launcher here, which is, I'll be honest with you, it's a bit shit, because it just fires a potato waffle about a foot and a half. Oh, guess what I keep in my glove pouch?
Is it potato waffle?
No, it's a Finder's crispy pancake.
Sean, have you got a mascot?
Yes, Jimmy, I do. I was, as is my wont, rummaging around in my loft the other day, and lo and... I don't normally talk like this. Lo and behold, what did I encounter? I found this old box of love letters, Jimmy. And I realised, I was reading it, I forgot just what a romantic devil I used to be back in my youth. And I know, so, you know, these early, you know, first loves, these letters I found. But this one is... Florence, my dear, have those blokes at the abattoir accepted you yet? I reckon you can kill as well as any man. You've certainly put a bolt through my heart. I never thought I'd miss Woking, and I don't. But I miss you and the Red Lion. Got to go, my love. Foreman is banging on the Portaloo door. Shawnee Bear. Oh. That's a sort of, like, romantic little...
That's very sweet.
Another one here. My dearest Florence, I'm guessing you're busy at the abattoir. What with Christmas? And that's why you haven't replied. Have you heard of pot noodles? They're great. Kettle broke on site, but they're even nice cold. Nearly saved up enough for my tattoo. How do you spell your full name? Got to go, my dear. My homebrew has gone straight through me. See you at the weekend. Guts depending.
It's like 50 Shades of Grey.
And so, things were going very smooth until I got this hammer blow.
Wow.
Dear Sean, I am writing this at work. Sorry about the blood. I had a spurter this morning. I won't be able to make Jaws 3 on Sunday. Jeff's back from the rigs and he's loaded. Keep out of the Red Lion for a bit, Sean. Jeff's got a fucking temper on him. Florence. That was the end of that. And this is how I dealt with the heartbreak. Dear Florence, you've not replied to my last 15 letters. I called at the abattoir the other day, but they said you'd be ages because you'd got 150 lambs to do. This is really painful. I could hear your laughter over the bleating. I'm heartbroken, of course, but I'm now seeing Elizabeth from Neptune Sea Bar. I think she's got a coil fitted, so I won't need those condoms back. Adieu, Florence. P.S. What was our song? I've forgotten. And I wrote that to hurt her. That's the sort of romantic fool I used to be.
The romantic Sean Lock. OK, over in Dictionary Corner, it's the Brett Domino Trio. The Brett Domino Trio. They might be awkward, nerdy dweebs, but there's one thing no one can take away from them. Their virginity. It says here you're Yorkshire's premier two-piece keyboard group. Do you have any advice to fellow keyboard players?
Just reach for the stars, climb every mountain, follow your heart's desire, and, when that rainbow's shining over you, that's sort of when your dreams will all come true.
And with the Brett Domino Trio, of course, Susie Dent. Susie used to present the Drive Time show on BBC Radio Oxford, but they had to move her to nights after listeners kept falling asleep at the wheel. OK, are there any names you particularly like?
Well, Jimmy's a good one. Jimmy's in the dictionary's got a really long entry, so to speak.
Get a room, you two.
Not get a room. But a Jimmy can also mean a burglar's crowbar. And genuinely, it also is a verb. It's a bit like Jemmy. It can mean to squeeze something in, to jimmy something in.
Sometimes I do have to thumb it in. Yeah, OK. And in charge of the numbers is Rachel Riley. Rachel says people have a weird, screwed-up maths face when they try and do maths in front of her. Sorry to break it to you, Rachel, but they're not doing maths, and that is not their maths face. You're having a baby. How did this happen?
You know those videos you always get told off for watching at work?
Yeah, the educational...
The way most people do it, sometimes you can get pregnant from that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've seen the videos I watch, but you can't get pregnant like that. OK, the prize the Chiefs will be competing for tonight is this, the Countdown Glockenspiel. OK, let's count it, everyone. Time for the first game. John, Kiri, you get the first pick of the letters.
Can, please, may I have 2 vowels?
Thank you, Kiri. U and A.
You're going to have to help with the rest of it, then.
All right, then. Consonant, please.
G.
Consonant.
S.
Consonant.
T.
Vowel, please.
E.
Consonant.
N.
And a consonant.
R.
And a... You pick the last one.
Vowel.
And the last one. O.
Thank you.
OK, and for the first time today, here's the countdown clock. Stay still or it's going to slip out. I can't tell where you end and I begin. Kiri, how many?
4.
She only got 4.
Nothing I can do here, mate.
John, how many?
I'll try an 8.
Sean, how many?
6.
Joe?
I'm going to try a 4.
OK, Kiri, what's yours?
Sage.
Sage.
That's lovely.
Joe, what did you get?
Sten.
Sten?
S-T-N.
Sten.
Oh, Sten.
Sten.
No.
Or ragu. I'm going to go with ragu.
Sean, what's your 6?
Groans.
John, your 8?
Well, not a lot of people know how cheese is made, but all cheese comes in little tiny strips and then somebody ungrates it back into a block. Ungrates.
Susie?
I think I can safely say that it's not in.
Well, how the fuck is cheese made then, Susie?
OK. I've got to go. I'm going to tap out. Oh, thank you. Rather nice.
Realise you've been living a lie, Jimmy.
6 points to Sean.
Yes.
Could they have done any better?
Yeah, there was a solid 8 in there. Outrageous.
I think you can put the N in and have outranges as well. Yeah, you
Outranges?
can, outranges.
That's even longer.
OK. On to our first numbers round. Sean, Joe, you pick the numbers.
Could I definitely have the 100, otherwise I'm out?
Oh, I can definitely go for one from the top. How about this one?
Yeah. And then little ones, please.
5 little ones.
Make it around about 200.
We've got 8, 3, 5, 4, 7 and 50.
Oh, that is
So
a
that's
pile of shit.
almost 100. And the target, 927.
Come on.
OK, and your time starts now.
That is absolute...
OK, so the target was 927. Joe, did you get it?
Can I ask quickly what 18 times 50 is?
900.
900. I got 900.
Sean, did you get it?
I got... 920.
OK. John, did you get it?
No, I didn't.
OK, so what did you get?
Well, 920. But frankly,
Came
I
third.
couldn't be fucking bothered to say it.
Kiri, did you get it?
No.
OK. Well, how did you do it?
You did it with the 3 plus the 7 plus the 8 is 18.
Yep.
Times 50.
900.
And then 4 times 5 is 20.
Yep.
Why didn't I think of that?
7 away.
OK, 5 points to Sean.
That's the point.
And John, can I confirm you don't want to have the points for this?
No, I didn't declare anything.
You didn't declare anything?
I didn't think.
Too ashamed, you don't need
It's
our
all
charity.
to do with sort of what coin you'll walk past. I viewed that as a tuppence on the floor near a bit of bird shit. Frankly, I'll wait and see if there's a fiver wedged behind a wheelie bin.
Tuppence is what I was brought up to call my fanny.
Tuppence.
Yeah.
It's different in Anglesey, isn't it?
Yeah.
You name it after how much it is a go. Rachel, could it be done?
If you say 8 times 7 is 56.
OK.
Take away the 3 for 53. Add the 50 for 103. And then 4 plus 5 is 9, and times them together, 927.
And here is your teaser. The words are nice rods. The clue is I'll think about it. That's nice rods. I'll think about it. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were nice rods. The clue was I'll think about it. It was, of course, consider. They've been playing in teams so far, but this game is just for Joe and Kiri.
Yes!
OK, so, Joe, your turn to choose. Choose some letters.
OK, could I have a vowel, please?
Thanks, Joe. I.
Oh, I meant consonant. It's all right. Can you swap it? Can I... Oh, we're going. Can I have a consonant?
Z.
And I'll have a vowel, please.
E.
Oh, got one. Have you got it?
What?
Nothing. Can I have a consonant, please?
P.
And a vowel, please.
A.
And a consonant, please.
S.
Got a 5. And a vowel.
O.
And a consonant, please.
And the last one, H.
OK, and your time starts now. Sort of cute, isn't it? Oh, it makes a little noise at the back. That's good, isn't it? I made one for Joe. There you go, Joe. Look at that.
I like that.
It's a weird kid's toy that looks like it's going to touch the kid.
So let's give that to Joe. Now, this is quite special. This took me a while.
Oh, little drag queen bear. I love it. Thank
Yeah,
you
it's cute,
so
isn't it?
much.
This is really my pride and joy. Oh. What happens if I press the button?
I hate playing countdown.
He's a grumpy bear, isn't he? Yeah. There you go. Let's give that to Sean. Of course, I haven't forgotten you.
Is it going to be a little teeny tiny one?
Still funny.
I'll give that to my child and scar her for life.
Joe, what have you got? How many?
5.
Kerry, how many?
6.
Joe, what's your 5?
Sizes.
Sizes. OK, and Kerry?
All blanks and sizes, shapes.
Oh, that's incredible. You deserve the point
That's
for that.
incredible.
That is
isn't it?
incredible.
Oh,
Incredible.
so
Change and sizes.
happy.
Shapes and sizes. Thanks to Kerry. The Brett Domino Trio. Susie, could they have done any better?
Yeah, there's a 7 there. It's aphesis, and it means the loss of a vowel from the beginning of a word. So esquire becomes squire, alone becomes lone.
You'd assume that would just be the word thesis, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Got to throw in a gag every now and again for the real Countdown viewers, and thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah,
You sat through all those fanny jokes, didn't you? And you've just had a wordplay banter there.
Is your mum in the audience?
Yes, my mother is here this evening, Jimmy, yes.
Where's John's mum?
There's my mum. That's my sister. Is there an empty chair next to you there? Dad didn't get the email.
That's fine. Be nice if she saw you win, I think.
It would be, wouldn't it? Probably the fanny jokes is what we'll talk about most after this show. It's her fault for telling me that it was all right to drop out of university. This is what happened, you see. I could be a translator now, couldn't I? I could be inviting you out to Barcelona. Never mind, here we are. Spunky, spunky, on with the game.
Right, time now for Sean and John to go head-to-head. John, your turn to pick the numbers, and remember, Mummy's here.
Thank you, Daddy. Can I have 1 big and 5 small, please?
We've got 3, 8, 9, 6, 7, and 75.
The worst one. It's definitely the worst
And the target,
one.
987.
OK, your time starts now.
Best feeling of my life.
Actually, it looks more like you now. Sean, did you get it?
No. I got 989.
Oh, so close. John, did you get it?
Yes. Sorry, guys. Hate to be the loser at the party, but someone's got to drive.
How'd you get it, John?
I haven't got it. I just was enjoying myself.
Sean, for the win, then.
7 plus 6.
7 plus 6 is 13.
This is how people who are good at maths talk. 7 plus 6 is 13. And then you times that by 75.
Is this an impression of me?
Sort of. That's how you... You don't realise this is how you sound, Rachel.
I never realised that you're right.
What does that come to? 975? So then you add 9 and 8 together, don't you?
Why?
You get 17.
Why would you do that? Why, if you had these 3 numbers, why would you add these 2?
Why not?
Why not?
Because you're trying to get that number.
I don't know.
I still don't.
I mean, the 9 and the 3 together, but
Yeah.
I didn't. I did 9 plus 8 minus 3.
Oh, my God.
What's that, Rachel?
Well, it's more than you wanted.
No, it isn't. I wanted 989.
You've
Still
got
won.
989, well done.
Thank you.
2 away.
Could it be done, though?
You could have just gone 9 plus 3 is 12 and added it.
Yeah.
And then you'd have got 987.
7 points to Sean. Time now to go across to Dictionary Corner. The Brett Domino Trio, what have you got for us?
Well, I went to the dentist the other day. Jimmy, I don't like to boast. They had both of these magazines on the table. Trout Fisherman and Trout and Salmon magazine. And long story short, I've written a love song using exclusively headlines and articles from those two fishing magazines. So I'd like to play that now, if that's all right.
I guess, unless we have another option. Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Let's get set up. It's called Dry Fly Dreams.
Well, I'm a fisherman, just trying to keep warm while wading out all alone under the midnight sun. Well, it's a pleasant time of day, but I'm asking myself, has the magic gone? Is it worth hanging around? Is our magnetic attraction just a memory now? I miss your sexy eyes and your cheeky cheeks. Shucks, it was like a fairy tale, like Beauty and the Beast. Well, I may be small, but perfectly formed. Let's just do it, baby, what you waiting for? You're like the bread to my pickles and cheese, and ooh, 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 I'd like the ploughman's please. You're in my dry fly dreams. Whenever I'm fishing, my mind just starts back drifting, wishing you were here. Well, I'm not very superstitious, but I feel the force between us now. The water's clear. I know there's lakes aplenty, but we are history in the making. Say you'll stay with me in my dry fly dreams. Dry fly dreams. Well, I'm balanced, matched, and ready to go. I've got some dates from my diary, and I wanna know if we use fish as a metaphor for our love. Just hear me out. Tell me, baby, how heavy is your trout? Going back a river, what a stream, but girl, I can be your ultraviolet secret. What's to catch? The best just got better. It's the dry fly dreams.
The Brett Domino Trio, everyone.
Got a fizzy tuppence after that.
OK, the scores at the moment. John and Kerry are on 6. Sean and Joe are on 18.
Yes.
And here is your teaser. The words are rare shit. The clue is tackier than normal. That's rare shit, tackier than normal. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were rare shit. The clue was tackier than normal. It was, of course, trashier. OK, so playing Countdown can be pretty tense, so let's help the players chill out with a Countdown relaxation round. Ooh. Oh, that's it stuff. John, what would you find most relaxing?
Well, you would have to not be here. What I don't like is this that's happening now. It's sort of premise that it's going to be a relaxation round, and then something's going to explode, and I'm going to shit my pants.
It's not going to explode. It's going to be fully relaxing. There's nothing's going to go bang or pop. It's just going to be relaxing. OK, bring on the Countdown masseuses. OK.
Holy crap.
Oh.
What's right?
Oh, blimey.
Fucking hell, look at the size of mine! Fuck! It's got like a grip like a gorilla! Fuck!
It's yours.
Almighty, this is
Joe's. Joe's looks like the Hound from Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's really...
Just a head massage a little bit more, maybe just...
Not head, not my head. Don't crush my head. Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, just that, just go with that. That and the cock and ball.
I'm so scared.
Oh, that's lovely. I'm very happy with mine, Jimmy. I'm very happy.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is lovely. She's working out some knots.
Oh, that's a bone! You can't work bone out.
What's wrong with you? Is Joe crying?
Can you not like this?
I hate this.
Hear him laughing.
Oh! I don't like being touched. It turns out.
I will allow feet on the table for this round as well if you want to properly relax.
Fuck that.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
John, pick your letters.
Consonant, please.
Joey's sweating so hard.
A vowel, please.
Joe's crying.
I like it.
You. Consonant, please.
OK, consonant.
Quite hard, isn't it?
A consonant, please.
T.
A vowel, please.
A.
Can we go back to head? Can we go back to head massage for Joe?
Oh, we play it.
Consonant.
There's a lot of tension in that beard.
L.
A vowel, please.
E.
Oh, a consonant, please.
N.
A vowel.
I.
OK, so for the countdown relaxation round, your time starts now.
Oh, God, no.
Jesus.
What are you doing now? What? No, that is not going on my head.
Joe.
I think I got a 9. 4.
I think I might know the 4.
Colt.
Sean, how many?
4.
4. Which 4 did you get?
Colt.
Colt, sure. John, how many?
5. Alien.
Alien.
Yeah.
OK, and Kiri?
Oh, 5, but I don't think it's a word.
Well, who cares? You're relaxed.
Laten. Laten.
Susie, is that a word?
No.
So relaxed, I don't care.
Oh, it's so lovely when it stops.
Joe, you took that very, very badly.
Oh, I can't. I'm still not over.
OK, 5 points to John.
5 points to John. What did we get? Do we know where?
And thank you to the Countdown masseuses. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That was lovely.
I just see myself. I'll be honest with you, I look a little bit dishevelled.
Dictionary Corner, could they have done any better?
Well, there's a few 6s, so yeah.
I know this more. I was just laughing at Joe so hard I couldn't. I'm sorry, couldn't concentrate.
I like it when you're a bit more cavalier about this.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, they could have done better, but we don't know. So at the end of that, Sean and Joe are in the lead with 18 points.
Are we?
Time now to go across one last time to Dictionary Corner. What have you got for us, the Brett Domino Trio?
Well, I've recently started seeing somebody. I'd like to sing to, if that's all right. Other people enjoy it as well, but predominantly it's for her.
For 5 weeks now we've been together, and we've shared so many wonderful things. So many different places, so many nights out. Don't take this the wrong way, but it's draining my account. Well, Luther Vandross said the best things in life are free. So why don't you come back to mine this afternoon, and we'll just watch Come Dine With Me repeat. I wanna buy you roses, I wanna get you champagne by the glass, but writing these love songs doesn't generate much cash. So until it does, how about we just do lunch? I'm gonna treat us to a meal deal, girl. You can choose any sandwich you like as long as it's in the meal deal, girl. For just £3.29, we can get some knickknacks, maybe a flapjack. But it's one or the other, cause they both qualify as a snack. You can pick your favourite liquid refreshment, as long as it comes from the designated section. Gonna treat you so nice this lunchtime. Gonna treat us to a meal deal, girl. Gonna have such a great lunchtime with our meal deals, girl. Anything your heart desires, such as a New York deli or an egg mayonnaise or an avocado crayfish or a little sushi tray. If the song becomes a hit and I make a decent wage, then maybe we can come back and choose something from the premium range. Gonna treat you so fine with a meal deal.
And here is your final teaser. The words are earplops. The clue is, this happened to my anus. That's earplops, this happened to my anus. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were earplops. The clue was, this happens to my anus. It was, of course, prolapse. OK, time for our final letters game. Sean, Joe, your turn to choose.
Can I have a consonant, please, Rachel?
S.
Can I have a vowel, please?
O.
Can I have a consonant?
Y.
I have a vowel.
A.
Have a consonant, please.
P.
A vowel.
I.
Consonant.
M.
Consonant.
T.
And a consonant.
And the last one, R.
OK, and your time starts now. Obviously, kids, if you're watching this, don't try this at home. Sean, how many?
5.
Joe, how many?
5.
John, how many?
6.
Kerry?
5.
All right, Kerry, what's your 5?
Strap.
Sean, your 5.
Spray.
All right. Joe, your 5?
Sawyers.
All right. John, your 6.
Patios.
Patios.
Great one.
Oh. Oh, it's gone on my hair. I've got it in my hair now. OK, well, 6 points to John and Kerry. Susie, Brett Domino Trio, could they have done any better?
Armpits was at 1 for 7.
OK, so John and Kerry have 17, Sean and Joe have 18. It's a crucial countdown conundrum.
Where does it come up?
There, up there.
That's too low.
First time you've ever asked.
Yep.
OK, so fingers on buzzers, it's time for today's crucial countdown conundrum. Time starts now. John, that was you buzzing in?
For me.
Yeah, go on.
Happiness.
Happiness.
Oh, crap and Ori. Let's have a look. So the final scores are Sean and Joe are on 18, but the winners tonight are John and Kerry with 27. Congratulations, you're now the proud owners of this, the Countdown Glockenspiel. Take it away. Thanks to all our panelists, our wonderful studio audience, and all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
And the Cats do Countdown same time next week at 8, while tomorrow night Jess Phillips MP and John Bishop raid the live and sometimes ludicrousness. That is the last leg. That's brand new for you at 10. Next today, a more instinctive way to find love, it may be, but I'd say it's more of a try with your eye before you buy. Naked Attraction is coming up.